up guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is the day that my resistance bands launch. They are launched.
We have a liftoff.
People asked me to do a tutorial, so I thought I would take you through how to use them, how they've made me progress in my training, what different styles of training you can use them for, and why they are probably like the only fitness equipment that I 100% take to the gym. I get about as annoyed as I would forgetting to bring my resistance bands as I would my headphones. If I don't bring them, I might as well just go home. What's the point kind of thing, you know? Whether it's like hypertrophy, HIIT, plyometrics, functional, stretching, flexibility, etc. But with resistance bands, it's like it can assist you if you're a beginner, or it can help add resistance. So it's like assist and resist, and together you just get progress. You guys know me, like if I'm gonna do anything, I'm gonna put my heart and soul and blood and tears and emotion and every kind of emotion. I put everything into this. I'm really happy with them and I hope you guys love them. And to be honest, in fitness, I feel like there's so much stuff that we could promote. Different like diets, gimmicks or supplements or things like that. You guys know I take like a more of a holistic approach, and I don't think it's one thing or the other. But with resistance bands, like I really think that they can help improve the quality of your training and how effective it can be. So for me, they are really important. So that's why if I was going to make any product or endorse any product, it would be resistance bands. This is from the heart, from my experience, and from speaking to everyone who's used them before in the past, like coaches and trainers and athletes. I think they're like an indispensable tool to kind of take your training to the next level. In this video as well, I am going to mention who won the giveaway to Sunday's video. So they're going to be getting a full set of the resistance bands, £200 Gymshark voucher, and all of my all of my training guides, including home, which is coming out on the 1st, and I'm going to announce that at some point in the video. So I'm going to take you through each band. We've got 4 bands, and they go up in resistance from this one because they're different thicknesses. So this is the thinnest one, and I'll explain exactly how you can use it in your training, but this one will give you the least resistance, and I've called it peach orange. The next one, the next one that has a little bit more resistance is the mint blue. So this has a nice like light turquoise color, and then at the back it's got a darker blue, like more of a sky blue at the back. And again, this one has a little bit more resistance, but I'll show you how to use it later on in the video. Then we have candy pink. So this one's more of like a very subtle change in color, and it's almost like matte on the inside and then a little bit like a satiny feel on the outside. So yeah, that's the candy pink resistance band. And then the heaviest or the most resistance band. Wow. And then the heaviest or the one with the most resistance is the midnight purple. So this one is lilac on the outside and then a dark purple on the inside, and this one will give you the most resistance. Like it's actually really strong. Can you guys spot a theme? So those are all 4 resistance bands, and I go to the gym with all of them because I like to train with lots of different styles, but I'll help you decide which ones you'll find most helpful for your training depending on what your goals are. So now I've kind of like introed you, I'm going to take you through the different styles of training that you can use the bands for, and then which goals they can be used for and which bands will be most applicable depending on what your goals are. So I'm going to take you through HIIT, functional, plyo, hypertrophy, strength, and at the end like flexibility as well. And we'll go into it. And also the home training, because I feel like they literally transform the way that you would train at home. So I'll start with HIIT. HIIT is high intensity interval training, so it can burn a lot of calories in a very short amount of time. So the goal for HIIT is to make sure that your intervals where you're actually training are super intense. These can take the intensity up, which means that you'll be burning more calories, which means that your overall workout will be more effective in the short amount of time that you'll be training in. Now, there are a lot of body weight exercises you can do. A lot of them do involve being really explosive, a lot of plyometric moves. These resistance bands can help with the plyometric moves, or they can add resistance so that you don't have to do so much jumping. So if you wanted to do like a HIIT workout and reduce the amount of jumping that you were doing if you had bad knees or something like that, then using resistance bands to kind of add resistance to up the intensity can be super helpful. I recommend going for the two lightest ones because you want to have like good movement whilst you're doing your HIIT workouts. So the orange band I use literally all the time. You can also do it with the blue one if you feel like stronger or you need a little bit more resistance for some effective fat loss workouts. So the next type of training is more like body weight exercises like pull-ups and dips. And for those, I feel like every single band is helpful depending on how much assistance you need. So if you're a real beginner and you can't do a pull-up, then having the purple and pink can really help you because it can add quite a bit of assistance to help you for your pull-ups and dips. But then if you feel like you can already do them and you just want to increase the amount of reps you can do, then having like the blue or orange can be super helpful. And even for dips as well, like again, going by how much strength you feel like you have, you can go for these if you need more assistance or these if you need less assistance. So we'll have a chart on the website where you can really kind of decipher which bands you need depending on your weight and how many pull-ups you can do. They just transform your training because you can actually get into the move, know what muscles are being tensed, and then as you get better and better, you can decrease the amount of assistance that you get from the band. The next style of training is functional training. So functional training for me is anything that helps you become more athletic, that helps you get stronger, get leaner, move more athletically. And it involves your body as a whole and use it as a whole. So you kind of feel like really athletic. You feel like a little bit invincible. So by adding a resistance band and causing tension in different directions, then you're actually encouraging your body to engage more muscles doing the same move. So you're burning more, you're using more muscles, you're going to build more muscle, and your body will just become better at moving as a whole. That's the style that I train most of the time in the gym. For those, I recommend the lowest 3 resistances. So I definitely love using the orange one for anything lighter, but then using like the blue and pink if I want to add like some resistance in other moves. The next style of training that you can use resistance bands for is plyometrics. So plyometric movement is where you're exerting the maximum amount of force in a certain direction. So if you're jumping up as high as you can. If you're jumping to the side or if you're jumping forward, you're jumping as far as you can. It involves a lot of jumping because it's kind of like explosive training. So you're using your body to the max for every single rep. So with plyo training, you actually develop really quickly because every rep you're giving your all. Because you want to be putting out all of your effort into that move, adding some resistance can help get the most out of you in that move, and it helps add some resistance in a safe way. So without using weights, you can actually use a band to help increase resistance in like a forward motion or a lateral motion, so that you can improve your power in certain like moves. So you can also use bands for hypertrophy training. Hypertrophy training is the style of training that helps you build muscle, helps you increase your metabolism because you've built more muscle, and helps you get leaner. So resistance bands can challenge you during your hypertrophy training, right where you're tensing, where the band's like at its most tense point. That's where you're going to receive most of the tension and most of the resistance. I think it can be really helpful to kind of challenge your muscles in different ways, different to if you had like a fixed or static weight throughout the entire range of motion. So they allow you to be way more creative. And then the last one is just stretching. So I find bands really helpful for stretching, especially if your flexibility is not quite there. So if you can't quite reach down to your toes, use a band and help you to stretch your muscles. For me, there's one stretch in particular that I absolutely adore, and I use it for helping me get into the box split. I'm a very, very long way off getting my box split, but it's a work in progress, and I feel like having the bands is really helpful to kind of help me get that stretch. And they're also really amazing for mobility and warm-up. So if you want to do like some dynamic stretching, some dynamic warm-ups, then these bands are amazing. I would recommend like the lowest two, so like the peach orange and the mint blue for any kind of like stretching or dynamic warm-up. Any kind of like mobility work or flexibility work, I would go for some of the lowest ones to keep your body really healthy and not put your body under too much stress. Like, it doesn't matter if you snap the bands, but don't snap your hip, do you know what I mean? So those are all the training styles that you can do at the gym, but if you're training at home, you have to be realistic. Like, our bodies adapt to resistance and stress. So if we don't give it any resistance, then it's not really going to adapt that much. So having resistance bands can be really, really helpful. Even with this orange band, to increase the resistance, you would just either double it over or put your hands closer together to have more tension rather than having like less tension. That's just like small details, but you can make a big difference for your upper body just because naturally it's a little bit weaker and doesn't need as much resistance. Legs is gonna be a challenge, so trying to go for the purple one where you have like the most resistance can be really helpful because our legs are nice and strong, so we need a little bit more resistance, you know? I know it is a bit of an investment. I think all health and fitness is a bit of an investment, but I think it's something that pays itself over like 100 times. Like, it's always worth investing in your health. So that's kind of why I made sure that there were resistance bands in there and that it was something that you guys are gonna find really fun, where you're not just kind of repeating the same workouts like over and over again. So those are the kind of styles that I would use for myself. And the thing is, like, it can be really intimidating if you're just starting out, but with bands, you can use them if you're a complete beginner and they can really help you get or achieve a move all the way through to elite athlete. Like, Olympians will use them because they're just so versatile. So don't worry, wherever you're starting, they can help you progress in your training. And if you're not sure about how to use them or inspiration ideas, or you've got it and you're just looking at it and you're like, cool, I don't really know what to do with it, then I'm going to be posting more things on my Instagram. I've already got a few workouts up there already on how you can use them and different like workout ideas, and I'll also start doing some stuff on YouTube as well. So that's kind of how the bands can be used in training. They've taken me a super long time to kind of perfect, and I'm super happy for you guys, but I'm also super happy about them. Like, I love them. I love how they look, and I love how they perform as well. And they're super durable. They're made out of latex. They've all got the two-tone colorway in there, and they've all been stretch tested as well. I'm also super happy because they're ethically produced. They're all made by workers who are 18 or over. They're paid proper wages. Everything is being disposed of properly. So that makes me really happy as well. I've done everything I can to make it as ethical as possible. One thing that I would love to try and do is to make them use like a little bit less plastic. So this is my first kind of product. Bear with me, I'm working on it. And then just a few questions that I keep getting asked. So logistics, where to buy them. So you can buy them on my website, natachaocean.com, and that will be in the description box. In terms of prices, this one is £13. Then going up in resistance to the mint blue, this one is £15. Going up to the candy pink, this one is £17. And then this purple midnight is £19. And then the shipping is worldwide, so wherever you are, we can ship to you and we'll find ya. I'm gonna announce the winner of the giveaway now. I just need to load the video. I'm just gonna scroll down blind-eyed, hoping that I'm not gonna click off anything, because I've done that before and it's really annoying. Oh my god, if I've clicked off this, I'm gonna be so upset. Okay, I actually have no idea how to pronounce this, so I'm just gonna put it on the screen. Congratulations, you have won the bands, you've won £200 gift voucher from Gymshark, and you've won all of my training guides. I'll contact you on Instagram and we can chat everything through. Thank you to everyone who entered the competition, who entered the giveaway. I love doing giveaways, so this is not gonna be the last one, don't worry. I'm gonna do loads more in the future. But yeah, I hope you guys had an amazing Christmas. I hope you guys love the bands if you end up getting them. I'll see you guys in the new year. This is my last video of 2018. I don't know why that is like a sad thing for me. I really like the number 2018. I'm not sure about 2019. It just doesn't have like as good a ring. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please hit the subscribe button. See you next year. Bye.